Okay. All right. Curly, is your second lesson on the violin.
Woohoo!
So to start off, I want you to just give me a brief review of what you learned last week in terms of like setting up the violin, and then maybe play your little piece for me.
I'm gonna take this off so I can play the violin. Alright, so holding it by the neck, and here's the button, so I'm gonna Statue of Liberty into my neck-ish. Does this look okay? Kinda.
Very nice, yeah.
Okay, this is C, right?
Yes, good job. Do you remember the note name? Yeah, the
There's
student names.
E. Is that right? Oh, E, A, D, G.
Good.
Okay,
Yep.
alright. To think about that backwards. So, if this is D, that's gonna be E, F, and G. Okay. And then this one was.
That one was C.
Oh, it's just sharp. Okay. Okay.
Nice. Okay, that's good. I'll just pause you right there. Okay, so I'm gonna change one thing to our setup that I feel like I watched my video last week and I wanted to just change. So I'm gonna have you hold the shoulder of the violin.
Okay.
And then grab that button.
Alright.
And then come right here. And then from there, I want you to like kind of wave at yourself.
Okay.
Keep your, see how my wrist is straight? And then just slide back and forth.
Okay.
So let's just try that much so far.
Alright. So, I'm at this the right shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. There you go. Okay, good. And
I'm
then...
probably doing this a lot, so.
Good job. And maybe even stand up and look in the mirror and see how to keep that, see how you can keep that wrist straight. So slide back. There you go.
Okay.
See how that's straight?
The mirror is very helpful.
Yeah, it is. You look so good. Okay, yeah, you can sit down.
Okay.
Now I want you to, we did a little bit of this last week. I want you to pluck D, A, D with your pinky first. I want you to try that with your pinky.
Never had to control this pinky before. Well, I guess, yes, but not like this. Are you wanting me to pluck like this?
Yeah, so I'll just quickly model. So, see how round of a sound you can get just from using your little pinky. Oh, there you go.
It's hard to pluck just one.
Takes a little bit of control, yeah.
She did it so easily.
Good. Alright, now I'm going to have you do G and D.
How do you keep a round hand and do that?
You're doing it. Good. Alright, take a break for me and bring your hand to your shoulder. The shoulder, not your shoulder, the shoulder of the violin. Yeah, so keep it up. And then release it back and then do those slides for me again. Yeah, keeping your wrist straight. Keeping it loose. Okay, now stop and then do that G, D, G again. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, now I want you to do A, E, A. Good. Alright, now I'm going to have you do all of that again, but with your third finger instead. Is it easier or harder, do you think? With your third or your fourth?
I feel like I have to do this more in order to get to the third, so I feel like I can't tell. It's about the same to me.
I think you get a better sound out of your third finger.
Yeah, that is you're right on that.
Okay.
That is hard to do to pick one note.
Yeah. Alright, do the G. There you go.
I lied. We're trying to do double stops, right?
It's interesting watching your fingers. Your fingers like doing something.
Oh, is it like
acrobatic.
I'm not even looking at what my pinkies do. I can't stop it either.
No, it's good. Just let it do its business. Alright, and check for me. Do your little check where you hold hold it back up with the shoulder, touching the shoulder. Yep, and then fix that. Yeah, do little slides. Okay, and then you can go to Amy. There you go. That sounds good. Okay, so what? And so what? You notice how we have D, A, D.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you could even just like play along with just the da-do, 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 but with just the D. So you do D, A, D. So maybe I could try it. So it'd be no.
Which finger do you want me to pick with?
I think I'm gonna have you do your third. Well, actually, for this, because we're playing it, yeah, I want your thumb up. There you go. It's gonna be easier for you. Good.
Okay.
All right. You want to try it with the track? Okay. I don't know where it's.
If you do it to the beginning, it should be right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and.
Okay. You're doing fabulous.
Okay.
And that almost would work too. But what I was thinking was you play along. Da 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 da.
Oh, okay.
And then I was later gonna teach you. Okay, so for now, so if I were to play along with it, I'll just show you a bit. Okay. Let's back it up a little.
1, 2, 3, and.
Oh, okay.
Do you get?
Alright. Yeah.
It's just a little tricky.
I thought you were meaning these.
Yeah.
These A's.
I'm wondering if, do you want to try that, or I could, maybe I should just simplify it. Maybe just do D, D, D,
Okay.
D, okay?
Okay.
We'll try that one.
1, 2, 3, and.
Sorry.
Fix your wrist. Okay, very nice. Yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, so you remember in our little song that we learned, we had E on the D string, which was what finger? What finger on the D string? Good, it was the first finger. So we're just gonna hop a string over to A, the A string.
Oh.
And we're gonna get that B, A. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now playing it through, ignore the D's and just do the B, A. Okay.
1, 2, 3, and.
now. Oh yeah, there. Okay, that's fun, huh?
Yeah. I
All
never
right.
thought of doing this on violin. It's great.
Now, I think it would be cool if you could play this part. So, where is that E? We just talked about that E. You could do it there.
Okay, wait, let me. It's just.
There you
we
go.
just really
Yep,
did.
it's just that one. So, yeah, so I'm gonna just play the piano part just right here. D, A, and then I want you to play D, D, D. And then what's this? Just open D. Yeah, so just maybe play that. So I'll give you that again. You ready with your little E? Okay. Good. And just for right now, you don't have to worry about the B, A. Just
Oh,
worry about
okay.
the E. Yeah. Just so you can focus on the E.
It was a little
Close.
short.
Are you playing a B or are you playing an E?
I'm totally playing E. Sorry, B.
A B, yeah, there you go. There you go. You're on the right string. Okay. Okay, yeah. And I'm messing up the kind of part. Let's just try that again. Just that. Well, until that D. Okay. Yeah. So just try
I'm
it.
forgetting which ones are open because it's so backwards.
Yeah, okay. So E, 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 open D, and then you're right. Yeah, there you go. See, you're figuring this out really fast. Alright, so let's try that again. Let's go slower. 1, 2, like this.
Mhm.
Good.
Something
I'm
like
playing
that.
on the wrong notes too, so that's okay.
That's good.
Okay. Alright, let's do that one more time. Okay,
Cool.
does that sound good?
Yeah.
How does it feel over here?
Good.
That's good. Let's just practice. I just want to hear you do that.
Okay.
The E, 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 D, A. Yeah, your hand looks really good. I like that your wrist is straight. That looks good. Okay, try it again. Alright, I think you've got that. Now, the question is, it's a little fast. How do I want... And then I was thinking I could do like a solo right here when we perform it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mess with all these spots with you. And then, like, you can do an improv solo here. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to do next. Alright, so let's do... So, like, you taught me. This is so funny. I feel like I'm using what you taught me.
No,
Like, you taught me.
Awesome. I don't know what I'm doing with finger waves, so this is perfect.
So, when we do the little improv section, you have these notes to choose from. D, F, and A. So right now, just play with those notes, familiarize yourself. So give me an open D. Good. Fix your hands. Alright, now find your F natural. And I didn't prepare your F natural very well. Let me just say this one thing. Yeah. When we did your song last week, we had an F natural and F sharp. Do you remember? It was a F. Yeah, it was an F sharp, but which was a half step away from G, right? So it was like really close together, your 2 and your 3. But with an F natural, what do you think is going to happen to your 2? I'll play it for you so you can hear it.
So it's gonna be right next to E.
Yeah, the E and the F are going to be close to each other. Okay. Alright. notes that you've played or know just from knowing D, F, and A?
I know D.
Right there, yeah. Then your F.
And then open A string.
Uh-huh. And then there's another A that you've learned. Do you know where that is? I'll give you a second to think about it. It's
I can remember my strings for a second.
yeah, there you go.
This one?
Yep, that A. So you can even use that A. So you've got four whole notes to
Yay.
choose from. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so let's just go to the right here. Yeah, very nice. There you go. Alright.
That's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
That was really good. So one thing I noticed that when you performed last week was that you had these tiny little pizzicatos and they seemed so small, and I just wanted you to have more fun with it.
Mhm.
And so let's try this again, and you don't even have to play, you could play 3 notes for all I care during the
Mhm.
entire time, but I just want them to be big
It's-
and just fun and just like, I can tell what the note is. I don't have to go like, what is that note? There we go. Yay! Okay.
Is that bigger?
Yes, that
Some
was
parts
much
better than others.
No, that was much better. I loved that. It was so much more enjoyable. Okay, so let's just run through what I'll have you do. I almost think it might be easier if you just played this D. So you
The D.
went.
Okay.
You want to try just that D, B, A. So just the D, the B, and the A. Mhm.
There it is.
Yeah, try that again. Mhm. Good. Try it 5 more times for me. Mhm. There you go.
Okay.
All right, that's good. Okay, so you can do that. And just do that again,
Okay.
that again, and then right here. So let's just practice this. So you're coming. So you're gonna play D, B, A, and then you're gonna go straight to the E. Yeah. Yeah. Refresh yourself. Play that 5 more times. For a second, forget the E, just play the open D and yep, do that again. Again. There you go. Now add in the E. Very nice. Good.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Forgetting that's
All
an
right.
open string.
Okay. So dun da da, and then you can do that, and then I'll play the piano during this part, or however, whatever you're gonna teach me next, and then I can't remember. Just go back to here again. Da,
Yeah.
da.
Mhm.
Okay. So then you can just do that twice, and then when it's time for you to improv, you can just improv.
Okay. All right.
All right. Does that make sense?
So, can you say it one more time? I'm sorry. So
I
we're
don't
doing
exactly-
so we're doing the head and then soloing, right?
Yeah.
So we're both gonna play on the head, but you're just gonna do the B part by yourself because I don't have those notes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we solo, I'm just gonna do the 2 A's, and
Yeah.
then you're gonna do the B, and then I again on the A, or do you want to do the A and the B?
How about we both do the last
Okay,
one?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, last A. That's
Mhm.
okay. That's.
I'm sorry, was that confusing?
No, I've just realized that it's A, B, and then A again.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So, let's just run through it together with you playing those things.
Okay, see if I can do it.
And maybe I'll just practice playing it as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
Sorry. That was
Cool.
fun.
That was so great.
great. I like doing it together. It was fun. Like,
Yeah, hearing
'cause
each other.
in jazz, when you solo at the same time, you're like listening, but you're
Uh-huh.
also like trying to add in your part
Uh-huh.
at the same time. So it was really fun.
That's good. As I was playing it, I was realizing, wait, do you solo at the same time in jazz?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I was like, did I just break a jazz
No,
rule?
not at all. I loved it.
Okay, cool. I'll just do that.
Cool. What if we just kept it rolling?
Oh, that's a
and
good idea.
Just went with it. So, what I was going to, do you want to stick this
Yeah.
up there? Teach you was, so just going off of the same thing, a major part of jazz is the style of it.
Mhm.
And it's, what you're doing is great, it's just fine. I'm just adding one more step
Yeah,
to it.
that's
So,
great.
one thing that can help is doing straight eighth note lines and adding triplets. So first we're gonna add some straight eighth note lines,
Okay.
and then we'll do triplets. And first I'm gonna teach you how to swing just a little bit better.
Okay.
So one form sometimes you'll see in music, in like classical music when they're trying to be jazzy, is they'll do a dotted eighth note followed by a 16th. So
Okay.
but something to give the swing a little bit more weight is if you think of each quarter note as, the eighth note as more triplets. So
Okay.
think of the first, I'll write it out for you. Do you have a pencil? Sorry, I
Yes.
should have got a pencil out.
Actually, I think it's right here.
Oh, there we go. So when you have these eighth notes, think of it as, so that's a terrible looking eighth note, but think of the first part of the eighth note as the first 2 beats of the triplet, and the last one goes on the last third. So triplet, triplet, triplet.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So if you had a running line like, sorry, where am I? Can't read piano because I'm on the spot. But if you had this scale, so triplet, 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 triplet,
Okay.
can you do that just the D, Dorian, which is what we've been doing for the A section.
Okay.
Triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it. Can you do just that for me? Good, awesome. No, that's good. Yeah. So when I'm gonna think through my thoughts for a second. Yeah. So when we add an eighth note lines, having it in that pattern would be helpful.
Okay.
So if you wanted to use that in your solo, you can, since it's modal, it's any of these notes will sound good on this chord. But we talked about how the triad how that was the best chord, the best notes. But really you can use anything. So let's just, we're gonna turn the track on and we're gonna just try and use eighth notes the entire time.
Okay.
So I'll do a model for you and then I'll have you do it.
Okay.
You can just start it.
So here.
We'll find out. So now it's in the E section. I'll wait till I get that fits back. So just try, I didn't do a super awesome job modeling because I'm used to doing it on saxophone, not piano. But just so you can get some longer eighth note lines. It doesn't have to be continuous, but shoot for closer to continuous.
Okay. Switched up like some open rhythms with the eighth notes. That's exactly what I was getting at. Okay.
So my next challenge for you would to be like to be soloing how just throw in some more eighth note lines with what you're doing. That's exactly what you did.
Okay.
So awesome. Did that feel comfortable for you, or do you want another try, or?
I feel pretty comfortable.
Okay. Do you want to try and do it in E flat so we can get that a little bit more comfortable? So the notes again for E flat is, for the Dorian mode, it's flat 3, flat 7. So E flat F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat. So really it's only C and F that are the white keys and all the other keys are.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I don't think I explained that very well last time.
Okay.
So, knowing that, do you want to practice in E flat for a second?
Should I do the backing track or just...
Sure. Well, why don't you do it just by yourself for a second,
Okay.
because the backing track is so short.
Okay.
I like the enclosure. That's a very practiced jazz pattern. So
Oh, cool.
stumbled on it. That's everyone does those. That's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds great. Do you want to try throwing more eighth note patterns into your solo with the track now?
Yeah. So...
I think you started it on the last A, so then there were 3 A's in
Okay.
a row, and you're like, where's the
Oh,
B?
I wonder.
Yeah,
What's going on?
that's what happens when you get lost in jazz. There's one song that I always do that on, and it's Autumn Leaves, and like, you just get lost, and you can't find your way out. That happens, that's a very common, like,
Scary world. in
yeah,
jazz.
that's, you found it. you found what throws people off in jam sessions, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
But you did really good. I
Thanks.
really liked some of the things that you played. You did really good on switching back and forth between like open rhythms and eighth notes, and that's exactly what I wanted you to do.
Cool.
So do we want to like do it
all
together?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Come on, Vern.
Okay. Vern, is that
Yeah.
his name? That's so cute. Vern the violin. Okay. All right. So, for the head, we'll just play it together, what we both know, and then
Yeah.
one of us will solo first.
Yeah, so you solo first right here,
Mhm.
and then I'll solo here, and then we'll solo together.
Okay. And then you'll have a solo by yourself after that? Or
Well,
would you
because I'm
just
soloing
want...
here by myself.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
You're soloing by yourself
Mm-hmm.
in the, what is it called?
The A, the head.
The
The head.
A,
The A of the head, which is 16
Okay.
measures.
where
'cause
it's
it's
just
8 repeated. Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, you'll solo here, and then I'll
Okay.
solo here, and then we both solo together.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, and.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Okay.
I really liked your solo. It was